everyone, welcome back to the channel. So I thought we'd make a quick-ish card using spellbinders. I want to say these are April. I'm more ahead than I thought. These are the April card kits that I got, not card kits, monthly club kits that I got. This is for the press and foil, so I thought I'd give you a quick rundown of these and then we'll make a card rather quickly. So you get the press and foil plate and the sentiment plates that go with it. So this is a decorative one, and then they've got the sentiment ones, and the they do come with dies that coordinate to cut them out. So you have one that will cut out all this like grouping, and then you have a strip die for each of these here. So this is the sort of thing you can make if you press and foil, so with your inks, or if you use the foil to hot foil. So you can do either with these. The foil that came with this, just so you know, was a black foil, which is nice because I've not got that and I'm obsessed with black. So so that's the press and foil for April. Then the large die of the month is this one, and it is called Market Tote. And so this creates this lovely little tote bag that is 3D. It's got like a spring on the side, and then you can add all these flowers and veggies and milk and bread into it. So it's a big set. Like, there's quite a few dies in here. There's your breadstick, and this is part of the tote. There's the side piece for the to create the dimension on the basket, and then or the bag, and this is the handle for the bag, and then all your fruit and veggie and this cheese. I thought it was quite funny. The name of this one is Seed Company Border. So I guess it's to look a little like a seed packet maybe. So for today's card, or the card that I made using the these two, I combined the two. I thought that might be quite fun to do. I also brought in the better press and some waffle flower A2 dies. I just used the second size in to die cut after I'd better pressed the panel. And the inks that I used were the better press inks from Spellbinders. So it was the Cruise and better press black. Those were the black is for the sentiments, and then the better press sorry, the Cruise is for the main plate. I can get my words in. So what we have, and I've prepped everything just to make it a little easier for everybody. So I have a card base, which actually came in the last Simon Says card kit. So it's just an A2 white card base. And then I have slightly smaller, like 1/16 of an inch smaller, I have some black cardstock. This is just from my stash, so it's nothing, it's actually not very good black cardstock, which is why I use it for layering, because you don't notice it as much. So I'm just getting all the adhesive off the back, and then I will add it to the front of the card as straight as I can. We know that I don't do straight very well, but that will work. So it's got a teeny tiny border, so it's probably about 1/8 of an inch, something like that. And then I don't know if the camera's going to pick this up very well. My lighting's kind of weird today, but this is the Cruise colour. It's kind of like a minty green kind of colour. It's very, very pretty and very, very like delicate. So I thought it worked well with the border. Let's see if I can get a little closer. You can see some of the delicate detail, which is very, very sweet. So I used the A2 layering dies from Waffle Flower to cut out the this layer once I'd better pressed it. And if you don't know what the better press is, I can always do a separate video on that for you. And then this should layer roughly in the little, in that gap. Again, more or less. So we've just got this thin border of black, but I wanted to bring the black in because my sentiment is black. So made sense to me. And before we put the sentiments on, I have all these little flowers. So the this is one of the tulips that you get one dye, but you can create obviously different colors. So you get the stem, the leaf, which are stuck on, and then these two layers to this little like top, what would you call it, the flower head. And so you can do it, I've done it in alternating pinks. I thought that looked quite nice. So what I'm going to do is I've got a little bit of foam on the back here. I do need some more adhesive. And I've actually popped up the stem at the back of the flower and then added the same foam there so it lies flat. And then I will just add some adhesive in here, and I'm just going to pop it somewhat straightish, something like that, in there. And then with the next one I'm going to offset it. I'm going to try and make it what looks like a little bouquet type of thing, but again this is me so it may not work out. So on the, where the tips meet, I'm just going to slightly overlap them and then press that down. I'm not really gluing down the leaves either, because I think a little bit of natural dimension on a card is quite nice. So just the stem that I'm adding the adhesive to, and then again let's get this somewhat even-ish on that side. Whoops. Just so they kind of meet in the middle, kind of like a little bouquet would be, more or less. Then for the opposite colour, I've added the foam to this part of the stem like I did on the other one, and I've doubled up the foam here so that the head lies a little bit more away from the rest of it, which I'll show you in a second when we layer this down. And these are going in the gaps, which is why you need, what do I want? Let's just add it there. That's why you need the extra foam on this one, because otherwise it won't lie nicely across these ones. It'll get all warped and weird. So, technical term of course. So I probably don't need all the, probably only need the adhesive at the bottom there as well, but we're doing it, we're just doing it. So now you've got this nice little array of flowers, and they're not straight, but it's fine. I could have also varied the heights of them, that would have been more natural, but you know, this is me, so could I get that off to do that? No, I don't want to do that now. So on this, these are the little sentiments that I was just going to pop at the bottom, just like so. And all they say is, one, the strip one says happy birthday, one of them, and then one of the sort of grouped sentiments says so glad you were born, as in sowing flowers. These flowers are bugging me. Let's see. No, I probably made that worse. Let's leave them where they are. So I've got a bit of foam on the back of this straight sentiment, and I'm just going to pop it at the bottom of the little grouping. And then for this one, I actually only have foam, I don't know if you can see that, either side of the sentiment so that the bit in the middle is free to go overlap all these layers of cardstock, because otherwise it will be a bit, it gets a bit weird and funky if you don't do that. So this just helps everything sit nice and flush or flat. And then little gap like so. And there you go. Those flowers look weird, I'm going to have to fix them, but still. I could add another couple here. No, let's fix them now. They're bugging me. Whoops. I'm going to fix this and I'll be right back. Right, let's try that again. So I fixed it. I think it looks much better. I had to pull some of these bits apart. It's been a while, guys, so forgive me. But I did mess up the paper a bit, so I've added a few gems. These are the positively saturated or positively gems from Simon Says Stamp. Came in one of the kits as the pastel ones. And so I picked a couple of the greens and pinks in the different sizes and then just added them on. So it's a little messed up at the top, but I'm not going to overthink it. It's the first card I've made in a long time. Yeah. So I hope you've enjoyed this as a different way of doing an unboxing. Yeah. If you like it, please comment and let me know what you think. And maybe I'll do this going forward, but no weird psycho comments, okay? Because they will be gone. So think happy thoughts and all that, and I'll be back in the next one for some more stuff. I don't know what I'm doing in the next one, but yeah, we'll see what we can do. So I hope you've enjoyed this, guys. I hope the card tutorial was a bit of fun, just to, you know, as a different way of doing the unboxings, and hopefully you enjoy this more than just the unboxing on its own. But we'll see what happens going forward, and I will get back into practice. It's been a while, so yeah, until next time, guys, bye for now.